Bonjour et bienvenue à la troisième session de cours à Ivy Tech. Pour accéder à la session, cliquez sur Class Sessions et puis cliquez sur Session 3, les articles, les pronoms et le verbe être, lisons et regardons. This week we'll learn that every object in French has a gender, so everything is a he or a she. We don't have an it in French. So un ordinateur, for example, a computer, is a he, and you refer to it as a he. Une chaise, a chair, is a she, and you would refer to it as a she. So it's a bit strange of a concept for English speakers because every object is an it in English, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly as you go through the course. And also you'll learn about French sentences used in English ads and learn some more vocabulary, and you'll introduce yourself in French in the discussion board. So in Central, we will cover the section Grammaire Interactive, which is subdivided into 4 sections. I will move to it in a minute. And you'll also watch the grammar tutorial videos before you start the grammar session. And you will cover 2 little tidbits in the cultural section, Culture Interactive. Lisons is let's read, et regardons is let's watch, with a movie excerpt. So let's move down here to what you have to do in Central. For the grammar part, I'm going to switch to the Central site. Grammaire interactive, Central, chapitre 1. Voilà le chapitre 1, la section grammaire interactive. Voilà, on commence avec 1.1, une salle de classe. Et vous apprenez que tout est un ou une. Je vais commencer à lire de gauche à droite. Un écran, un tableau noir, une craie, un effaceur, un professeur, une fenêtre, un mur, une carte, un ordinateur portable, un bureau, un étudiant, une étudiante, une chaise, un cahier, une porte, une affiche, un stylo, une feuille de papier, une calculatrice, un crayon. Voilà pour le vocabulaire, et vous voyez que tous les mots masculins sont en bleu, 1, les mots féminins sont en rouge, 1. So you notice in here that all masculine words are written in blue, un stylo, un crayon, un mur, and so on. And all the feminine words, the article is written in red, une feuille, une affiche, une porte. So the good way of learning your vocabulary would be of making flashcards. And to remember if the words are masculine or feminine, you could have 3 or 4 different colors of flashcards. So for example, you can write all your masculine words on the blue flashcards, all your feminine words in red flashcards, all your verbs maybe in yellow flashcards, and maybe all your adjectives in green flashcards. That's a way that often seems to help students to memorize vocabulary, is to color code it. Voilà, donc tous les articles sont masculins ou féminins. Un ou une is masculine. Un is masculine. Une is feminine. To make something feminine, you can add an E at the end of the word. So, for example here, un étudiant, a male student, you add an E and it becomes une étudiante, a female student. Un ami is a person, a boy or a man who is a friend. Une amie is a girl or a lady who is a friend. Un petit ami is a boyfriend. Une petite amie is a girlfriend. But un ami, une amie is just a friend. And some professions or nouns just have one form and can refer to either a masculine or a feminine person. So un bébé, is a baby, it doesn't specify whether it's a baby girl or a baby boy. Une personne is just a person, but you don't know if it's a man or a woman. Un professeur is a professor. You don't know if it's a man or a woman. In Quebec and some other French-speaking countries, they started doing une professeur with an E at the end to specify the gender, but that's not very widely used in all French-speaking countries. Une vedette, here the last one, is a movie star, but it doesn't tell you whether it's a man or a woman. So some nouns are specified whether they're man or woman, and some are not. And to ask what something is, you say qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? To ask who somebody is, you say qui est? Qui est? So qu'est-ce que c'est for objects? Qui est for people? And in the answer, you say c'est. C'est means it is. Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un crayon. Qui est-ce? C'est une étudiante ou un étudiant. Voilà, c'est tout pour la section 1. Voilà les exercices en bas. La section 2. Un crayon, deux crayons. In this section, you learned singular and plural. So, un et une is singular. Des is plural. Un, une means one or a. Des means some or any. Par exemple, il y a des livres sur un bureau. Il y a des étudiants ici. That means, are there some students here? Des étudiants has a special way of being pronounced because des ends with an S. Étudiant starts with the vowel. So des étudiants, you make the liaison. You link the S and the E. Il y a des ordinateurs dans la salle de classe. Here again, we link the des and ordinateur. Des ordinateurs, because des ends with the S and ordinateur starts with the vowel. We also do this with words that start with an H, because the H in French is silent. So, des hommes, you link them together, you do the liaison, because the H is not pronounced. As like in English, most of the words, to make them plural, you just add an S at the end. So, un livre, a book, you add an S. Des livres means some books. Un crayon, you add an S. You make it des crayons. So you don't hear it, but you can read it, you can see it. And that makes some pencils in plural. Some nouns have a specific way of making them plural. So, un mois is 1 month. Des mois is several months. Because mois in singular form already has an S, you cannot add another S. You just leave it the way it was, and it's singular and plural at the same time. The only thing that changes is the article. From un, one, you use des, meaning some. Un prix, des prix. One price, some prices. It already ends with an X in singular, so you just leave it be in plural. Un nez, des nez. Same here. Un nez is one nose. Des nez, some noses. It already ends with a Z, so you just leave it like this in plural form. And some nouns that end with a ou, O-U, or o, E-A-U, already changed the plural form too. From un bijou, it becomes des bijoux with an X. Un bureau, des bureaux with an X. Un journal changes into des journaux with an X. Voilà pour le point 2. Dans la section 1.3, nous sommes étudiants. Vous apprenez le verbe être. Être is to be. Je suis, I am. Tu es, you are. Il est, he is. Elle est, she is. Nous sommes is we are. Vous êtes, they are. Vous êtes, you guys are. Ils sont, they are. Elles sont, they, a group of ladies, are. Ladies or feminine things would be elles sont. Ils sont, in plural form, would be men or a group of masculine things. Again, je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. So as you saw earlier in the chapter, the tu is informal form of you. Vous is the formal form. So tu refers to one person, informal. Vous is several people, informal. Or one person, formally. So tu es de Paris, Théo? One person. Vous êtes de Paris, Madame Ibrahim? One person. Vous êtes étudiant? Talking to a group of students. The last part of this section is ce. Ce is a pronoun you've already seen. It's often used with être to say c'est. C'est un livre. You saw that in the previous section. When the question was qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? The answer is c'est un livre ou c'est un professeur. It's a book. It's a professor. Ce sont des crayons. Ce sont des professeurs. In the plural form, when you're talking about several things, you have to use ce sont. C'est, singular. Ce sont, plural. C'est tout pour cette section. La section 1.4, la précision. As we saw, we have indefinite article un, une, des, which means a and some or any. When you want to be precise, you use the articles le, la, les, meaning the or those, these. Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un livre. What is it? It's a book. If you want to specify whose book it is or which book it is, you say c'est le livre de David. So, whereas in English you say it's David's book, you put David in front of the book. In French we say it's the book of David. And it's always said like that. We don't have the apostrophe S for stating something belongs to somebody. C'est le livre de David. Oui. Le is masculine, la feminine, les plural. So, le numéro 7, la lettre B, les 4 saisons. Les 4 saisons is the 4 seasons. L'homme derrière nous. By now you should know that it's le because it's masculine, but since homme starts with the vowel technically, since the H is silent, you will cut out the E and replace it with the apostrophe. So, l'homme derrière nous is because le homme would be hard to say. So you say l'homme. L'affiche, same thing in feminine. L'affiche is feminine, so it should be la affiche. But it's two vowels conflicting, so you cut out the A and put apostrophe. L'affiche sur le mur. And again in the plural you have the liaison. We saw with des hommes, same thing applies to les hommes. Homme technically starts with the vowel because the H is silent. So, les hommes, les ordinateurs, ordinateur starts with an O. And some forms or the articles are used in a specific definite form, le, la, les, sometimes when they're omitted in English. So when you're talking about France in English, you don't have to say the France, but in French we do. We have to say la France. Languages, like you say in English, I speak French, or the French. The French people to say les Français as a nation of people, but when you say French as a language, you don't have to say the French in front of it. And in French, we do. Le français is for the language. Les Français, in plural, would be for the French people as a nation. Species of animal, like le lion, where in English you just say lions do this and that. In French, we say le lion. School subjects, la biologie, also take an article. And concepts, like in English, the main words to describe France, or the motto of France, is liberty, equality, fraternity. Those are the 3 words for the motto of the Republic. And in French is la liberté, l'égalité, la fraternité. So those 3 concepts, you have to have the article. Emotions, like la jalousie. In English you say jealousy or jealousness, but in French you have to say la jalousie. D'accord? C'est tout pour cette section, la section 1.4. So this concludes everything you have to learn in grammar this week. Please look at the grammar tutorials tab. Is the 6th tab from the left in Central. Click on that tab and you will see all the grammar tutorials for every chapter in Central. There, it's coming up. So for this chapter, I would like you to watch these 3 videos, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, before you do the workbook exercises. So your workbook exercises are listed here in Blackboard. And once you're done with those for the grammar section, you can go back on the textbook tab in Central and do 2 sections of the culture area. So lisons, let's read, and regardons, let's watch. Going back over to Central, those are in the textbook tab for the culture section. And there are 4 subsections in Culture Interactive, which concludes each chapter. And we're only going to cover 2 of those 4. Voilà, Culture Interactive. Il y a écoutons, lisons, écrivons, parlons, regardons, chantons. On va juste faire lisons, la première. Lisons is the reading. And I'm asking you to do A, B, and C. Avant de lire, lisez, répondez. A, B, C. Et aussi, regardons. Regardons qui est un extrait de film. Voilà. Paris, je t'aime. You may have heard of this movie Paris, je t'aime, because it was quite famous here in the United States also. It's a series of short, about 5-minute movies each. And that series of short movies made up the movie Paris, je t'aime. And we're asking you to watch the sequence with the Eiffel Tower. So, La Tour Eiffel dans Paris, je t'aime. And there's a link in Blackboard to watch the movie. I will put it right back up, right here, because it's not available as part of the book. So you just watch the excerpt here with the subtitles and you can answer these questions in those assignments. There's only one assignment to do in the workbook for the whole culture section. That's the one chez les Français, chez les francophones. And this assignment, chez les Français, chez les francophones, comes back for every chapter, and it's questions on all the culture notes that you read throughout the chapter. So that will be a good refresher. C'est tout pour Central, c'est la fin de Central. Je vous demande de faire le forum de discussion, ici, le premier forum de discussion, et c'est les présentations en français, comme le forum 1, mais ici c'est en français. Et puis, il y a le test sur le chapitre 1. So make sure you read all of these requirements or advice that you should read before you take your test about the internet connections and how to prepare for the test. You should also take the diagnostic test for chapter 1 in Central as a review. I'm going to show you where it is, moving back to Central. It's the 3rd plan called Study Plan. The 3rd tab called Study Plan. Click on Study Plan and you will see that you have the option of taking 1 practice test for each chapter of the book. So you click on Diagnostic Test 1 for chapter 1 And when it comes up, you will see start test or take test. You should take this test for yourself and answer all the questions the best you can after you review chapter 1. And this will lead you when you're done to page numbers of the textbook that you have to review before you take the test on Central. This is the best way that you can get the best grade possible on your chapter test. This is the best review that you could get. So please go ahead and click on the Take Test button and take the practice test in Central. It's only a practice test and it is not graded, but it's to help you out. And then how to type the French accent. This document explains, and you should print it out and have it on your desk at all times. In Central, you can just drag and drop accents into the boxes, but in Blackboard, we don't have that option. So you will need to use the Alt codes on your desktop, on your keyboard. You push the letter Alt, that key, and you do a series of numbers. So E accent aigu is pressing Alt and typing 0233, for example. It's all described in this document, so please go ahead, print it out and keep it on your desk for all the tests this semester. And the link for your test will be available right here at the bottom of session 3. Voilà, c'est tout pour la session 3. Merci, bonne semaine.